Sure. Obviously, we did some good things. There's some things we're going to have to clean up a little bit. 64% first half. Defense has got to be better. I thought the second half we were better defensively. We have to look at it. They missed some shots as well. And on our offensive end, when you see the ball go in the hole, I thought we were able to get a little bit of momentum. I will say we played unselfishly, 21 assists, 34 field goals. Thought we were pretty good on the glass till late when they played volleyball a few times there late when we got to finish the game the right way on the backboard. But, we did some good things. We took a step in the right direction tonight. I thought that we got contributions from a lot of different guys. Guys that came off the bench were ready to play. Obviously, we rotated a little bit differently with some guys, and I thought that was, was good for tonight. Obviously in this league, it doesn't get you much on Saturday, so it's another game on Saturday, and we got to be ready to go at 5 o'clock against a really good Maryland team. But we'll come in tomorrow, take a look at this one, clean up some mistakes like we always do, and be smart about how we manage our bodies here in the next couple of days because it is a quick turnaround at the 5 o'clock tip. Questions?
John, you keep talking about synchronization. Did you see more of it tonight, and do you think that the changes you made were a big part of it?
Yeah, they did tonight. I still think we're going to need everybody. Every game's different. Every team's different. Their personnel's different. Tonight, I thought heading into the game that it was the best decision for our team that could put us in the best position to compete and win this game tonight. Moving forward, we got to continue to have everybody else ready. Like I said, every game is different. I did think we played with some synchronization for sure, especially on the offensive end. Generally, we get 21 assists. Now, we made shots, so that helps the assist number. But I thought the ball moved pretty well. I thought we played pretty unselfishly. I thought the big key to the game was we got some stops towards the end of the first half when it was like 30, I think it was 34 all maybe. And then we had a run of stops that we were able to get out a little bit in transition and try to get a little bit of distance there before the half. But obviously it's really they're hard to guard, man. So our guys dug in a little bit better in the second half. We'll have to see how much of it was they missed shots and how much of it was our defense.
Maverick talking about Kipper and T-John was talking about their energy level. I think you mentioned their auras actually, but
wow.
But how much of playing them was looking for an energy jolt? How much of it is just you feeling like they're at a certain level now, capability?
I don't know, Shannon. That's a good question. Maybe a little bit of both, based on how the energy they gave us at Indiana. Their group that was in there was our best defensive group on Saturday in Indiana. We came back 22 down to cut to 9. So that part probably a little bit, and then the fact that I start to trust them a little bit more. They make a little bit less mistakes. Dijon and 8 assists, obviously, it made us better. I thought defensively has been the big key here lately, and I really noticed it, Shannon, during the bye week leading into the Indiana game, where he was really starting to understand terminology, was thinking less, was reacting more instinctively within our system defensively, knew what he was doing more. So I felt, and I saw that a little bit with Kipper too. Now they made a few mistakes tonight. I know. I'm sure the one turnover we had will definitely be on the film tomorrow because I thought we were ready to tackle him if they were going to be on the floor. And then Kipper, had 2 or 3 where we call something and ran something else. So we've got to get a couple of those things fixed, but they're making less of those mistakes. And thus they've earned some opportunity. But their energy tonight was good. And what they have to understand is that this doesn't show up again on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Sometimes, with freshmen, they've got to figure that out. We've got to get them ready to go here over the next 2 days with the challenge on Saturday.
Hey, Coach. In Michigan's past couple games, they had forwards who had pretty good performances against them, Lamar Simmons and DeMonte Dodd. How much did you see what they did on film, and how much that kind of come into your game plan?
Well, a little bit, but we've been, playing inside out for a while now. Obviously, Morgan was pretty efficient down there, and he did a good job there late in the game of reading. He had 4 assists for a 5. He read the post double and digging and threw it out to J. Cole and Hill for shots. And made some good decisions there. But we want to do that all the time, regardless of opponent. I thought we did a pretty good job of that in today's game.
Defensively, I heard from the benches, wanting maybe less help on some dribble drives just because Michigan is a good shooting team. So is execution maybe still kind of the
I was way
biggest
better
issue?
today. I mean, it was much better. I like to try 80-20. I don't know how you are, Scott. I'm certainly not perfect. I don't know, maybe there's some- but we got to get 80-20. It's always telling that we got to get to where 80% or more of the time we're nailing it. And I thought today we're closer. Obviously, we'll grade out the film like we always do. Grade out each individual. Grade every possession. We'll see what that percentage looks like once we grade it out and see if we can build on it. But I thought we did a better job. We did guarding the ball, just a lot of things. Defensive rebounding. We were better. So it was, like I said, it was a step in the right direction.
Tijon plays with a little flair, maybe more than what we've seen. How do you balance the flair with the occasional behind the back bounce pass into traffic? How do you?
I'm okay with the behind the back if he completes it. You gotta let him play and be aggressive and attack. He makes good decisions. He can see things that a lot of guys can't see. From a vision standpoint, he reminds me a little bit of the lefty guard I coached at Ohio. So he got great vision. He can really see things and play ahead. And tonight, I thought he had some great passes, made our team better.
DJ not with the team tonight. I mean, just what can you tell us there? Does it pretend to a transfer possibly?
Well, not to my knowledge. I appreciate Brian asking me to sit and thinking about it, and I appreciate him thinking about it. As I said, there's a mutual understanding of why he needed to leave for a few days. There are some things, and I've said this to you guys before, that are a lot more important than basketball. And we certainly respect that. We'll continue to have conversations with him moving forward. So we keep thoughts and prayers.
Just wondering, going forward with Tate and Thorne, what do you see their role?
I don't know. Every game will be different, Shannon. Obviously the freshmen played well tonight. I hope they do that every game. That's a challenge, I think, when you're a young guy to be consistent. So we've got to continue to have those guys ready to go. Obviously Michigan's a team that really spreads you out. There's not a whole lot of teams. I'm sure there's a few out there that have the 2 5-men for them shoot threes. They're like guards. So tonight I just felt like it was a better matchup to play certain guys and rotate a certain way and play another game and maybe a different story based on what I see. I still believe and have for a long time that we're a team that's going to be strength in numbers. That at night in, night out, we're more than likely going to play at least 9 guys. We're going to continue to need to do that.
Coach JCL's shot has really been rolling recently, but he get 4 assists out of him tonight. Is that something that's very encouraging for you?
Yeah, it was 4-1 at halftime there. And I thought he really made some heady plays, some good passes. I tried to play the right way. Our whole team did, obviously, with 21 assists. But yeah, he's getting better every day. Obviously, we're excited about how he's playing right now, and he's getting better. And I think he's getting to the point where defensively he's caught up about where he was last year at the end of the year. Pretty close. He's really surging there, and he's getting better on offense as well. With everything he's been through the last 2 off seasons, he really has had very abnormal off-season training his entire career. And it's not his fault. It just is what it is. So the healthier he can stay, I'm really excited because I think he has a really high ceiling. He can have a legitimate full season, in spring, and summer, and fall, like most players have. He really hasn't. He's had an abnormal off season for 2 straight years. So kind of just thrown him in there and played. And, maybe was a little bit rusty early. Certainly maybe shooting hand, and then defensively getting back to where he was, where I thought he was a reliable defender at the end of last year. It's taken him a little bit of time, but he's in that ballpark right now. He's getting better. He really cares about it. Watches a lot of film, spends a lot of time wanting to get better. He's a hungry kid. He wants to improve. He works. He grinds. And that's a big reason why he's improving at a rapid rate.
Coach, do you see any similarities, like when Malcolm and Kid were freshmen, they didn't play a lot until later in the Big Ten season, kind of like Kipper, Tijon are doing now, and a little bit earlier actually for these guys. Do you see any similarities in terms of the pace of them picking things up and getting more playing time?
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair assessment. Yeah, somewhat similar for sure. They're very similar. Both those teams were that team, and this one had some more guys, but they, it's pretty accurate. Those guys start to pick up steam as well, and I think these two are right now. We're going to need them to continue to be consistent. That's the drum we're going to be beating. With young, be consistent with your effort, be consistent with your attitude, be consistent with what you bring to the table every game, every practice, every day. And don't take a play off. We'll continue to hold them accountable to that standard.
Home wins are important anyway, but does this maybe carry any more weight just because you have a couple of losses on the road early?
They all count the same. Can't get too do that too high or too low. One game in this league or another game, they're all different. I think our league is I have a chance to see every team in relentless fashion, like I have the teams that we play where we really lock in on them. But I see some of the scores, and I don't know, I think 4 games through, everybody at least had one loss. Like I mentioned to you guys, I think at one point, trying to predict or where, based on one game, hey, this looks like the direct, and then all of a sudden the next, I think that's a dangerous. I don't know if I do that. I think our league's that balanced, that much parity. You got every game's different. Tonight we shot 64% from the field. If we replayed the game right now, went out there, and I don't know if we shoot 64% again. I hope we would. I hope we shoot higher. I don't know. You got to play the game that's in front of you, possession that's in front of you, control what you can control. I thought we did a better job of that today. But really, to be honest with you, I did think that, and I said this to the staff, the fight we showed on Saturday when we got hit really helped us practice and win the game today. The response that those guys had in that game, the 9 turnovers, the defensive rebounding, the 33 free throw attempts, the aggressiveness, the energy level, the fight, the way they battled, and how well they played for 30-some minutes, I think really helped us over the course of the last 2 to 3 days continue to take steps in the right direction.
Here, Coach.
Thanks, guys.